Hello and welcome to EaseGenetics, where we make genetics easy. I'm Dr. Kaveh Zargari, and with 28 years of experience teaching genetics, I'm here to solve a typical problem regarding genetic linkage. In this video, we'll explore a key problem-solving skill in genetic linkage, drawing a genetic map using gene distances. So let's get started. Suppose the table you see represents the distances between 8 genes on a chromosome, and we aim to use this table to draw the genetic map of these 8 genes in the correct order on the chromosome. First, we select the 2 genes with the greatest distance between them among these 8 genes, indicating that they are located at the 2 ends of the range of genes. As seen in the table, the largest number is 85, which corresponds to the distance between genes G and H. Now we draw a hypothetical chromosome segment and mark genes G and H at its 2 ends. Here I place gene H on the left and gene G on the right. This placement is arbitrary, and you can do it the other way around if you prefer. Obviously, the other genes are located between these 2 genes. So we select one of the 2 genes and determine the distances of the other genes relative to the chosen gene. Here I selected gene H. So I look at the column in the table corresponding to gene H and position the genes one by one relative to it. The first gene I compare with gene H is gene A, which is 33 map units away from it. As mentioned, the other genes are located between genes H and G. To position gene A on the chromosome, I move 33 map units to the right from gene H and place gene A there. As you can see, we concluded that the distance between gene A and gene G is equal to 85 minus 33, which is 52 map units. This number is also recorded in the table, serving as a cross-check, and this procedure could be repeated for all the remaining genes. Now it's time for the next gene, B. Its distance from gene H is 81 map units. From gene H, we move 81 map units to the right and place gene B. The distance between gene B and gene G will be 4 map units, which is confirmed by referring to the table. Next is gene D, which is 25 map units away from gene H. And like the previous genes, we locate gene D on the chromosome. The genetic distance between gene E and gene H is 41 map units. And here we show gene E in its correct location. Remember, while locating genes, you can calculate the distance between them and the other genes that have already been located as a control check. Compare these calculated distances with the numbers mentioned in the table to ensure that the points are plotted at the correct intervals. And here, as you see, gene F is 76 map units away. And we mark gene F in the appropriate location on the chromosome. And finally, the genetic distance between genes M and H is 27 map units. And we place gene M in its appropriate position. Note that to determine the distances between the genes, I selected gene H as a reference point and compared the distances of all other genes to it one by one. Even if we had chosen gene G as a reference point instead of gene H and calculated the distances based on it, the result would not have changed, and the same genetic map would still be drawn. And here we have the final map of the 8 genes on the chromosome, with their order and distance accurately drawn. To summarize the procedure, 1. Choose the highest distance number for 2 genes. 2. Draw a map and locate the 2 genes at both ends. 3. Choose one of the two genes. 4. Locate other genes one by one with the selected gene. 5. Recheck some genes' distance. And finally, relax and enjoy your map. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was useful to you. If you're preparing for an exam, I wish you all the best and good luck. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to watch more videos, please press the subscribe button. Feel free to share your thoughts, questions, or suggestions in the comments below. Thanks again for your support, and I hope to see you in the next video. Farewell.